Well, Ronnie Ciago, you are no stranger to Kids Talk Radio, that's for sure, or to the Super Subs, or any of those things where we go into the schools and work with, kids and teachers and stuff like that. And when I started this project, keeping jazz alive in the schools, of course, we involved you because of your great relationship with working with kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, I enjoy doing that.
And you have to be the kindest person in the world because at the last gig that I actually played with you, I was standing up there playing the bass, and it wasn't until the middle of the set that it hit me that I said, wait a minute, you played with Jaco Pastorius. And you got to be the kindest person in the world to have me up there playing the bass. You played with Jaco Pastorius, and all you had was kind words at the end of that gig. So
Hey, you did the job well.
Well, needless to say, our audience is really, really curious about here you are playing with Jaco Pastorius.
Yeah, well, yeah, I played with Jaco, and I knew him pretty well. I met him first when I was going to Berklee School of Music through Michael Gibbs, who was an orchestrator for his solo record. And Mike Gibbs actually introduced me to Jaco when he was playing at Berklee with Weather Report. That was when they were promoting the Heavy Weather record. And that's when I first met Jaco. And then, through the years I went on the road after Berklee, and I was playing with lots of different people, musicians, funk, jazz, fusion, all kinds of different styles. And then I ended up pretty much stationed in Fort Lauderdale. And I got some really, really good gigs over there, recording and live house bands that were playing in Fort Lauderdale. And that's when I met Jaco again. He would come early because he lived in Fort Lauderdale, so he was available a lot if he wasn't on the road. And this was towards the end, actually, when he wasn't playing with Weather Report, and he would be playing with his own big band, the Jaco Big Band, very occasionally, because it was such a big band that they couldn't work that much. But anyway, I became friends with Jaco, and we played some. We hung out a lot, and we towards the end we actually talked about actually doing a record together, and talked about our influences, and Jaco would talk about how he was influenced by Stravinsky, Duke Ellington, Jimi Hendrix. So it was that fast, and it was a great experience being around a man with that genius.
So what did you guys do? Like after the gig, you kind of hung out, went out and got a hamburger, and what's going on?
Well, yeah. I mean, we did that, and actually, I used to have to buy him hamburgers because he had no money. Pretty kind of a bit sad because the guy with this town legend, I was, like I said, I was with him around towards the end, so he was kind of going through it. But again, whatever position he was in life, he was still Jaco, funny, sense of humor, just a wonderful guy. I mean, loved him. You can't help but love him. He was a sweetheart. I briefly knew his wife Ingrid, and I met his children when they were very young at the time.
Oh, so you actually went over the house? And
I was at the house. Yeah. We were friends, and there was another partner of his named Bob Bobbins, who was a good friend of mine as well. And so he knew Jaco before Jaco was even Jaco. So those guys were going way back. So that's kind of how I became reacquainted with Jaco, through Bob Bobbins. And then, you know.
Well, you know, I can't imagine being at a rehearsal with this guy. I mean, what is he like in that kind of environment?
Well, like I said, we didn't even do rehearsals. We would just play.
Oh,
so there was no legit anything. It was a hang kind of thing, and just let's do Sly and the Family Stone.
Oh, I see. So he could play all of the different cover songs.
No, he was a big fan of R&B and funk and all that. Way before jazz, you know.
Yeah. So what did it feel like? Here you are, you're playing the drums, and you've got this thunderous bass underneath you. What did it do in terms of the drive that's in?
Oh yeah, lots of energy.
I could just imagine that the energy must have been rolling over the top of the musicians.
Yeah, he was on fire, you know.
Yeah. Was he also a sensitive player, like when the tune got down really low, and you know, or was he just kind of thundering through everything?
Well, at this time he was kind of just always going for it.
Yeah.
And of course he had that sensitive touch, but you know, Jaco, man, she's just burning, you know, burning. You know.
So